Hi, my name is Tara Loden. This is my presentation on Michelangelo. Michelangelo Bernardi, born in Caprice, Tuscany in 1475. He moved back to Florence, where his family was from, shortly after birth. His early life, he was apprenticed with Domenica Ghirlandaio. His father persuaded Ghirlandaio to pay the 14-year-old, which was very rare at that time. In sculpture, he was apprenticed with Bartoldi di Giovanni, and then afterwards, from 1489 until 1492, Michelangelo attended Lorenzo de' Medici's school. He was influenced by many prominent people who modified and expanded his ideas on art at that time. He also obtained permission from the Catholic Church to study cadavers. Michelangelo completed these two works of art while he was at Lorenzo de' Medici's school. The first is Madonna of the Steps. It is circa 1490-1492. The other is the Battle of the Centaurs, and it is circa 1491-1492. In 1492, Lorenzo Medici's death causes many political strife, and Michelangelo had to flee to Bologna, where he continued his studies. In 1495, Michelangelo returned to Florence to begin work as a sculptor. And in 1496, Michelangelo was summoned to Rome as a result of the Cupid, which was a sculpture carved by Michelangelo and then fraudulently aged and sold to Cardinal Roerio as an antiquity. In 1497, Michelangelo created his masterpiece, the Pieta, which is pictured here. And then in 1501, he returned home to Florence, where he was a famous sculptor at the time. Upon returning to Florence, Michelangelo took over a commission for the sculpture of David that two other sculptors had failed to accomplish. The statue was carved from a 17-foot block of marble. His David became the symbol of Republican freedom, courage, and moral value. A prized representative of the city of Florence, and this is Michelangelo's David. In 1505, Pope Julius II summons Michelangelo back to Rome to design his tomb. A freestanding shrine with 40 statues was Pope Julius's vision. However, due to quarrels between the two, as well as other demands of the artist at the time, the work was never completed. Pope Julius had other grand visions in mind for Michelangelo at the time, which included him painting the Sistine Chapel. Originally, it was supposed to be 12 apostles painted on the ceiling, and with Michelangelo's imagination, he had more than 300 figures in the finished product. The Sistine Chapel is 133 feet long, 46 feet wide, and 65 feet high. Completed and unveiled in October 31st of 1512, this is Michelangelo's paintings on the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo continued to work on the tomb of Pope Julius II for several years, decades after his death in 1513. However, his focus became more on architecture. He designed the Medici Chapel and the Laurentian Library. His most notable work, though, was St. Peter's Basilica. And this is the enlarged picture of the dome, and he has a lot of sculpturing and architecture there. Michelangelo's Last Judgment, which is pictured here, is on the far wall of the Sistine Chapel. commissioned in 1534, was unveiled in 1541. There was an immediate outcry that of all the nudity in the frescoes. Michelangelo, in turn, painted the chief critic as the devil and himself as the flayed Saint Bartholomew as a um, result of the protest. The Julius tomb, pictured here, is one that was never really finished. Started in 1505. It was supposed to be the mausoleum with the 40 sculptures. After 40 years, it was finally completed on a much smaller scale, as you can see. Michelangelo's sculptures and paintings laid way to a literary form in his later years. The only woman he ever befriended, Vittoria Colonna, the Marchioness of Pescaria, received more than 300 poems and sonnets throughout their friendship until her death in 1447. The letters, sonnets, and poems usually had drawings and sketchings included on them, and most were autographed with his name. And this is an example of a letter that she had received from Michelangelo. And this is my works cited, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation on Michelangelo. Thank you.